Hello folks and welcome. Today is a rather interesting day because I've got this Audi TT RS that I've been running for a week now. Since I've got this car, a friend of mine has also got a rival car for the week. He's brought along a BMW M2 Competition. Introduce yourself. This man is called Mark.
I'm Mark, Redline Magazine.
Redline Magazine. This geezer is a proper journalist.
Well, I wouldn't go as far as that.
No, you do, mate. You write proper stuff. No. He has his own magazine, Redline Magazine. Go check it out. Follow the links down below. And you've got this BMW M2 Competition for the week, right?
Yeah. It arrived, end of the week now. It arrived Monday.
Okay.
Just having loads of fun with it.
You're having a good bath, aren't you?
Yeah, absolutely. But I thought these are competitor cars, so we thought, well, let's get them together and let's do something with them.
Yeah, let's do something with them. So it is quite last minute. This is sort of just run and gun stuff. The whole idea of today is to do a real world review. It's not for what we think of a car, because we'll tell you right now, we like the BMW M2 Competition. We think it's just amazing. Mega. It is mega. However, the regular punters, they're not wanting to oversteer that much. They're not wanting to do track days. They might just want a really nice fast car that they look good in, go fast in, makes really nice loud noises, and which one's cheaper a month on the PCP finance, really.
And to be fair, they're both German sports coupes, both around 400 brake horsepower, except that's quattro, that's rear wheel drive. So it's going to, people's driving styles is going to suit individual people better,
exactly.
Isn't it?
And that's what we're going to find out today. So let's cut to the chase. Let's go for a spin. We'll start in the TT RS and then we'll jump in the M2 Competition, have a laugh, have a good discussion about it, and come out with a conclusion.
Yeah.
Audi TT RS.
Yes. Yeah. It's good to be in this, isn't it?
It is. It's a special cabin, isn't it?
Yeah. It looks Audi R8 steering wheel. That.
Yeah. That's one of the major interior changes is the fact that you've got this R8 steering wheel with the drive select and the start button.
Yeah.
It is cool.
And the Alcantara's nice.
Oh yeah, the part
I love an Alcantara.
Part leather is really nice as well too, and it's a thin rim as well. Which I quite like. Seat position's good.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, I personally think the seat position in this is pretty alright.
See, when I was in it, I thought it was a little bit too high actually. I thought I was just an inch or two higher up than I wanted to be.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
Do you reckon it's not because of the dash?
Possibly. I think because I'd just come out of the M2 as well.
You can sit really like that.
Yeah.
That's it, as if you were sitting over back axle.
That's a proper driving position.
Yeah. It's BMW, isn't it? It's BMW. Having said that, this stuff on the road is before driving it excessive.
Yeah.
It's actually quite a special car.
Yeah, absolutely.
To be in, to touch, the interior, the design, the quality.
Oh, the quality of the interior is much better in this. Look, we've got proper carbon in this one.
Yeah, genuine carbon. Rightly so. This car's obviously spec to the hill, so it's got a few red bits as well.
Yeah.
It's got the ashtray, it's also got the delimiter as well. But on a back road, which we are on right now, it feels competent.
Competent's the right word, I think.
Yeah, competent's the right word.
I had a go in this the other day.
Yeah, you did.
And it was my first time in this, and there's just so much performance, and it just lays the power down, and it's just plenty of grip. And basically, you can just carry so much speed through a corner, can't you?
Yeah, you can. It's amazing, and I've driven this in the wet as well too, and it's just as reassuring. It's quite surprising how nimble and agile, and how quickly you can get on the throttle in the most sort of bizarre corners, in different sort of conditions, and that's where the TT RS shines. Really, it's an all-weather capable car, isn't it? Really.
It was funny, I was following you the other day in the M2 Competition, and the amount of speed that not only could you carry mid-corner, but also I could see you just laying the power down on the exit, sort of the mid and the final part of the corner. You was just so much quicker than I was.
Yeah, I was. I was. You can definitely tell that the TT RS has the upper hand, mainly because it's just so confident to the driver.
Yeah.
It feels reassuring. You can get on the throttle so early. However, that does come with an issue, and that's the performance. The performance is fantastic. There's no denying about it.
Fast car.
It's a fast car. It's a seriously fast car. 400 horsepower, 2.5 litre 5-cylinder. And it's just a great motor in my opinion. You whack it in dynamic mode, you literally just give it a large run. Hey presto. I mean, I don't really have to use the paddles. To be honest, the paddles get a little bit hesitant. I just leave it.
Yeah, the gearbox, I don't think it's quick enough.
No, it's not. It's not. Some sometimes you ask for a gear down or a gear up, and you're just not there, sadly. But it's so easy, the fact that you can just get in, hit the starter button, hit drive select, smack it in D, and then off you go. It's insane how fast this car is. And in the real world, I think it's quicker than an R8 V10 Plus. I genuinely think that.
Bold statement, that.
Yeah, no, I genuinely think that, because obviously an R8 low down doesn't have the grunt of this. Obviously, you got to work this motor above 3,000, but once you do, you get that punch.
Oh, that new V10 performance though, that is a fast car.
It is a fast car.
It is a fast car.
It is a fast car, but in the real world where torque matters and accessible performance, this has just got the upper hand ever so slightly. And aesthetically, I think this car looks very special.
I think so, yeah. I like the red paint. That's a nice
red paint helps.
And the rear wing, which flexes.
Yeah, it flexes for something very on Audi, that, isn't it? Very, very on Audi.
But it's got a nice stance on the road, doesn't it? It looks like a proper sports car, you know, corners, you know, wheels pushed out to all four corners.
Yeah, it does. It's got the flared arches, it's got the wing. It does look like a proper sports car.
Yeah.
And in that respect, you look at it, you climb in it, and before you even drive it, you already go, wow.
Yeah.
You know, you hear the 5-cylinder start up, and it just barks into life, which is lovely.
Sounds good on the start up, doesn't it?
It does sound really, really good. You get that really nice wallboard, and more importantly, the usability of this. You know, to be honest, this thing is, in the best way saying, is like a Golf. It's like a Golf in a sense. You can get in, pop it in D, and off you go.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
And the TT RS is very good like that. You know, it just thunders down the road.
Yeah, you pick up a lot of speed very quickly.
You do, and that's where we come to the problem with this car. You carry too much speed.
You can't reasonably extract all the performance and all the capability on the public road. I mean, if you're a nutter, you could.
Yeah,
go.
If you're an absolute nut job, then
But you will have an accident.
You will have an accident because
not because the car's going to get all out of shape, but because you're going to go around a corner too quickly and you're going to be caught off guard and you're going to hit a cyclist or a tractor or whatever it is.
I think it almost gives too much confidence to the driver.
Yeah.
You know, because old Joey's going to get in this. He's going to think he's the absolute dog's bollocks in this car, and then when he goes,
don't insult the viewer.
Yeah, well, no, I'm not insulting the viewer, but look, I've got to be straight up honest.
Yeah.
You know, he's going to get so much confidence. He'll go to a corner too fast. This car doesn't adjust off throttle or on the brakes unless you're on a track or somewhere, and then it'll just plan to understeer, and that's where you're going to start to have the issue. And this isn't the only car. The RS3 does it, the A45 do it. They're so bloody fast nowadays.
Even the S3.
I
had the S3 last year, and crazy the amount of speed you can carry in that thing.
Yeah, it is unbelievable how much speed you can carry, and I think that's where the joys of motoring is going a little bit with sports cars. Because shouldn't sports cars have body roll? Shouldn't they have a little bit less grip so you can correct it as a driver, so you can just sort of manage the balance, the body control of what's going on? This sort of just demolishes a road.
Too locked down to a certain extent.
It is too locked down. It is too locked down. And don't get me wrong, I can pull some serious angles on this, but I wouldn't.
Well, you could.
Yeah, but
most people
can't. But I wouldn't want to, if I'm very honest, mainly because you don't always get it right in this car. On a track, I'm sure there's like the chassis underneath is actually a really good chassis. It's an MQB platform chassis that we know in the Golf R's and Seat Leons, which we are very familiar with. However, it just feels too glued down. However, with the consumer, the regular punters, they'll love this car.
Yeah, of course they will.
Because
I was going to say, my big criticism with this is the ride comfort. It's quite busy, isn't it?
It is busy. On certain surfaces, it's actually quite fine. However, you take it down to a bumpy road, it gets to a point where the suspension just starts to lose control, and then you start to lose contact patch. And the car suddenly feels nervous.
It gets deflected, doesn't it?
Yeah, it gets deflected a little bit, and you lose contact patch, and you're almost like, I don't like that. However, it is a cool car, and that engine. CP emissions. It does sound ever so slightly quiet than the outgoing TT RS.
Yeah. But people who didn't drive the outgoing TT RS wouldn't know any different anyway.
They wouldn't know.
They'll just get in this go, oh, that sounds good.
And not just that, you know, the OPF filters, you can just get rid of them in the aftermarket. However,
that was supposed to be saving the planet.
Yeah, stop that. Not interested. But I'll tell you what though, imagine in a few years' time these things become quite affordable, because at the minute the problem with this car is the price. £54,000 base. This one is 67 grand.
What? 67 grand?
67 grand.
Audi, that's a lot of money.
They charge you nearly £2 grand for the limiter.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't need to do more than, you shouldn't be doing more than 70
No,
on the
you
British
shouldn't be
public.
doing more than 70. However, if you do have the opportunity to, you'd think that Audi would throw that in for nothing, you know, especially when you're spending 67 grand. I mean, £54,000 base is still not cheap.
Yeah.
But that engine, I think the engine makes up 60% of the car.
Yeah, I think so. And the rumour mill at the moment is that the next Audi TT is going to be all electric.
Yeah.
So
I'm surprised they're going to keep the TT going, because sales of these haven't been that amazing.
no, don't know why.
I don't know why, because it's, I mean, I think it's safe to say the hairdresser jokes are now gone.
Yeah, now looks, a fella could drive this now.
Yeah, I could
couldn't he?
drive
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
I would not have a problem driving this car. I think it's really cool. You know, it might have a little bit of a 4X trailer image to it, if I'm honest. It's a bit 4X-y. But people like that. People want to feel special. People want to look good in the car. They don't want to be sideways everywhere constantly.
No, that's just you.
Yeah, it's just me. So I get it. I get why people would love this car, and I love it as well too.
Yeah, I enjoy driving it.
I enjoy driving it. I'm driving it now. It's brilliant. I think it's a good 6/10 car on the public road.
Yeah.
Any more than that, you're going too damn quick, or the suspension decides to just not tolerate any more bumps, and then I think it gets to a point where it can spit you off the road. I really think it would. But overall, it's a genuinely good car, isn't it?
Yeah,
it
absolutely.
is a really, really good car, and we need to appreciate this being around, because we might not see a 5-cylinder Audi TT or even RS3 or a 5-cylinder Audi or any other production car around in the next.
Who else is doing a 5-cylinder? I can't think of anybody.
I can't think of anyone at the minute. I think Volvo's not doing it anymore. Audi doing it. So RS3 saloon, Sportback, and you've got TT RS. So you've got that combination.
Yeah.
And it's just an amazing way. Could you imagine remapping these? It'd be insane, absolutely insane. Right, let's hop out of this. Let's
Get in the BMW.
Yeah, let's get in the BMW.
Audi do that?
No, it can't. It just can't. You know, there's.
By the way, can you rate Mark? Can you? Because obviously you're the man when it comes to that. Can you rate that for me?
I'll give you a solid 7 for that, mate.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll give you a 7. You know, bit nervous at the end, but no, it was good. It was a good entry. But however, this M2 is designed to turn it back on. Yeah, turn it back on. The thing is with the M2 is it's just such a friendly drift car. I know that's not what people are buying this car for, and I know that's not the topic of this video.
No.
However, it is nice to know that you can do it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And you don't even have to do dirty big slides. You can just, you can find a little turning somewhere, turn the traction control off, give it a little dig, and yeah, it's friendly.
Yeah, it is super.
It breaks away really nicely.
It breaks away really nice. You look at it and think, oh, that's going to be short and snappy because the car's like very square.
No, an M4 snappy.
Yeah, M4 snappy because of the power delivery. But it's funny you mention about the M4 because this car has the same engine as that, however, just slightly detuned.
Yeah,
but
got 404 brake horsepower.
Yeah, 404 horsepower. And it's got similar weight to an M3 Comp, which is surprising for an M2. However, it's the torque peak. They've raised the bar a little bit in this car so that you don't get all of that torque low down like you get in the M4s and M3s, hence why it is a bit of a rental car, the M3s, M4s. I don't think they'll jump in this because it's not quite as outlandish.
I think this is just a little bit more driver focused.
It is a little bit driver focused.
But you can still do neat and tidy in this thing as well, which is a little bit surprising. You just expect it to go sideways literally everywhere.
Yeah, you think, but you can actually be neat and tidy with it. On the road, I think when you're going for a B-road blast, what do you think of the brakes? Because this one's got the upgraded ones, right?
Yeah, this has got the upgraded brakes. I really like it. I think the pedal's nice and progressive. There's a bit of bite at the top.
Yeah.
And then as you get further into the pedal, you can really feel it come on strong. It's well modulated.
Yeah.
I like it personally.
You like it, yeah, yes. Yeah. I think the pedal feel itself is really nice. I think the upgraded brakes, when I was driving it, I found them to fade quite easily. BMW aren't
pushed them that hard yet, in fairness.
No, well, you know, when you go for a proper B-road blast, you will get to brake fade, especially on the public road, because you're coming from corner to corner to corner to corner. And you know, if you are on a challenging, demanding road, I find that the brakes start to give up. And BMW M brakes have never been particularly amazing, especially for track work. But you know, to the point where they fade on the road, I kind of feel.
You don't want brake fade, not on the
road,
and
not when you've got the upgraded brakes, which still seem to do that. But however, this one is the identical spec to the one I drove.
Hockenheim silver.
Yeah, Hockenheim silver. I do like
the
it.
paint finish for this.
It is the colour to have in this car. It is the colour to have. And I think DCT is the gearbox to have.
You know what? I drove a manual a few months ago, and I really like this this DCT box. It's just so fast, isn't it?
Yeah, it's so good. Obviously, you've got a couple of shift ferocity settings.
I just love doing that all the time.
It is, and that's all you want to do in it.
Yeah.
I don't want to own one of these because I get in so much trouble.
It does. I mean, where I've been driving it the last few days, it does bring out kind of the yob into it a little bit.
It's a proper yobbo car, and it's that kind of yobboness that you get from a Fiesta ST. You just get in it, grow horns, and you just become an absolute nutcase.
Most of the time I'm fairly sedate on the road.
Yeah, I know you are. Yeah, I know. I've never seen you drive like this before, man. But the gearbox is really good.
Yeah.
And do you know what's amazing? How usable it is, because in a way it's a coupe still, so it's got a big boot. You can put your mates in it.
Yeah, it's got more room in the back there than it does in that.
Oh
TT.
yeah, you can give up on the TT. I don't know why they put back seats, but and the engine wants to rev out, doesn't it? Smooth, silky.
7,600.
I know, and it's such a good motor. Do you like the way it sounds?
Yes, I do. In fact, I'm going to put myself out there. I know you'll disagree with me, but I'm going to put myself out there and go, I prefer it to the noise from the TT.
Nah. No.
I know you like that 5-cylinder, mate, but no, there's something about 6 cylinders, it sounds great.
Oh, I love a 6-cylinder's noise. I just think this isn't a BMW noise. This is all a bit farty and just a bit.
Do you think it's farty? It's a bit synthesised.
It's a bit synthesised in the cab. I don't mind that. That's not too bad. But it's the outside noise. Just I think it's dramatic and it's exciting. I just don't think it's sonorous. It's not. But then I'm a bit nostalgic, so I'll look at it. I like M3 CSLs, and then you listen to that, and then you listen to 1Ms and stuff like that. 1M. Then you come into something like this, and then you realise, okay, I actually definitely prefer the older engine.
Again, going back to the paying punter, they're going to get in this. They probably never would have been in an M3 CSL or a 1M before, so they have no reference point for noise.
No, so they don't.
Just get in it and this, and they'll go, oh bloody hell, that sounds good, doesn't it?
Yeah, they'll jump in it and they'll go, yeah, this thing sounds amazing, and it sounds more aggressive than the TT RS. I'll definitely give you that.
There's more cabin noise.
There's more cabin noise, and there's more going on as a driver.
Yeah.
The car feels compliant and soft on the road. But obviously, it being rear-wheel drive,
you could sort of get on the throttle and make the car rotate ever so slightly into the corner, which is nice.
And you can feel the rear wheels just pushing the back end into the corner as well when you're going around it. The rear comes around to meet you quite nicely.
It does,
doesn't it?
It does, and it feels great at it. One thing I do have to mention is as a driver, isn't this brilliant? Isn't this just the best car BMW makes at the minute?
I think so. I think so. I've not spent a huge amount of time in all the BMW models, so I don't want to comment absolutely, but you know, I've spent a bit of time in most of them, and I think for me so far, the M2 is the best of the bunch.
It is the best of the bunch, defo, 110%. It does feel a bit porky, you know. This is like 40-30 kilos. I'm not exactly sure of the weight, but I'm sure it's only 40-30 kilos off an M3 comp. And this is a smaller car.
I'll tell you what though, it turns in so much more nicely than the old car, because I had a little go in the old car once before, and also than an M3 and an M4 as well, because you've got the carbon fibre strut brace from the M3 and M4 up the front, and it just helps with the rigidity across the front. So it turns in quite nicely for what is effectively a small light car with a big 3 litre in the front.
Yeah, it does, and you do get that sense of proper sports car about it. It has got an old schoolness to it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It feels like a genuine BMW, and you have to respect that. You definitely have to respect that. But as much as we would agree that we would have this over the TT RS, for the regular punter, I reckon they'll criticise about the interior.
Yeah.
And fair enough, because the TT RS has got the best interior of any other car on sale at the minute. It's just good. It's so good.
You like better than any car on? That's a bold statement.
Well, there are a few other better interiors, but obviously they're all within the VW Audi group, aren't they?
Yeah.
So, you know, when you jump in a Huracan and find out that they're using the bits of Audi TT RS...
I just had an Urus on test.
You had an Urus on test?
And it was like spot the Audi in the hill, wasn't it?
Spot the Audi, exactly. So, you know, I will say that. I definitely will vouch for it, because Audi just know how to make interiors, and they know how to make you feel special. And I think when you're buying these cars, before driving it, you should already feel special. You know, looking at the dials, looking at the trim, looking at the seat position, looking at the seats itself. These seats, by the way, are fantastic.
I'll tell you what, these are nice and comfy. I prefer them to the seats in the Audi.
Yeah, they're much more supportive than the Audi. They're softer than they're softer than the Audi as well too. And I think the iDrive system in this is obviously brilliant. They've always been great over the last few years. You know, not the early generations when it was Chris Bangle, but this generation is actually fantastic, and it feels like a normal car, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. I mean, we're just pootling around in it now, and
yeah, it is good. It is good, and it's the right amount of power on the road.
Yeah, I think so.
It's the right amount of power. You can rev it all the way out without driving it like an absolute madman.
With the TT, you can't extract all that performance, really.
You can't.
Whereas this, you can just about get away with it.
Just about get away with it. And if you do pile into a corner too fast in this, you have got that adjustability. You don't in that TT RS. It's just a bit of a straight line king, but it's good. And I'm loving it as a passenger. Yeah.
So, conclusion time. We've had a good laugh, haven't we?
Loads and loads of fun in these two cars.
Yeah,
loads of it.
It is, and we've learnt quite a lot, especially from a real-world regular punters review.
Yeah, absolutely.
However, let's get our thoughts and opinions out of the way. We love the M2. The M2 is the nuts. It's just it's proper. It is proper. It's an absolute hoon, and it's reminded me of just how bloody good this car is on a country road.
Oh, it's just unbelievable, isn't it?
It's a good laugh. Don't get me wrong. It's got its flaws, and it has got its drawbacks.
Yeah.
But
the engine, the chassis balance,
the way it makes you
oversteers on demand if you want it to.
It's just lovely, It's
a proper thing.
Yeah, exactly. It's a proper thing. Having said that, though, the regular punter,
they're going to feel a lot safer in
They're going to
this.
choose this, let's be
Yeah,
honest.
yeah. There's more performance, and as long as you don't extract all of it on the public road, I reckon point to point it's going to be safer to use generally.
It's going to be safer to use,
Yeah.
it's much more catching on the eye, it's got a much more special interior.
Yeah.
I know we disagree, I prefer the engine in this just because of the noise standpoint.
Yeah.
However, the way this deploys its power delivery, it likes
Yeah.
to rev at the top, there's hardly any lag.
7,600 RPM.
7,600 RPM, it's just very linear and it doesn't feel that turbocharged. Having said that, the TT RS does feel turbocharged in its own way, and it's kind of got this hot hatchness to it, more so than a sports car.
Yeah.
I think that's the best way of describing the way it drives.
MQB platform.
It
and
is,
there's a lot
isn't
of
it?
hot hatches based on that platform.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Which is nothing to be ashamed about,
No.
really, because as a usable day-to-day car to get in and just go,
Yeah.
that's the car you want to be in. Having said that, our hearts are always going to be on the BMW M2 Competition.
we just like driving, don't we?
Yeah, we love driving.
Yeah.
We love driving, and do you know what? When I drove it back in the winter, I had an absolute blast of the time. It's probably the most fun car I've driven this year. It's probably the most fun car you've driven this year yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
It is just
Yeah,
an
yeah.
absolute good laugh. Having said that, TT RS is a good car. It is pricey, 67 grand, but there's a lot of options in there that you don't need.
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of carbon fibre, extra red paint. You don't really need.
No,
stuff
you don't
like
really
that.
need stuff
So,
like that. I reckon, 60 grand, you've got yourself a proper point-to-point weapon.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
in the tuning world as well, too. You could
Oh,
probably get
God.
500 horsepower out of that
Easily.
with just a remap. That it's been a good laugh. Mark, cheers
Yeah.
for it, man. Appreciate
Thank you
it.
for having me on your channel, mate.
Yeah, man, that's
Yeah.
fine. It's not a problem. Go check him out, Mark. Redline Magazine, proper journo here. Writes proper car stuff. None of this influencer bollocks like me. Not like me.
I'm saying nothing.
Yeah, no. Well, anyway, hopefully you've enjoyed this real-world test of the BMW M2 Competition and Audi TT RS. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. Which car would you have taken? M2 Competition or the Audi TT RS? Do you think we're right in what we said in our conclusions? Have a go at us. Have a row with us. Why not? Like, subscribe as always. Until next time, folks, keep it sideways and take care.